Good morning.
Good morning.
So my name is Sharon. We'll speak today about Cisco Prime. And Cisco Prime is one of the most important strategy and portfolio game. Uh, Good morning. My name is Sharon, and I will speak today about Cisco Prime. Cisco Prime is one of the most important and strategic plays we had for a long time in Cisco network management. Um, my background is really around marketing, sales, and operation. I'm right now leading the sales enablement team for the Cisco Network Management Enterprise team group. Um, and before I'm jumping to the topic, the main topic, I want to speak about a great story that really will show you why Cisco Prime is one of the most important moves we've done lately. So a few weeks ago, the SC Dave on Los Angeles Education, Department of Education called me and said, "Hey, Sharon, we have a huge issue with HP in the account. Huge issue. HP trying to penetrate into our account, and they're using management as a differentiation. And they're saying that you guys, Cisco, doesn't really have any story about management. HP is so strong. And hey, man, Sharon, I just need your help." So I told him, by the way, this is a great opportunity because we just launched a great solution, and we can really, without showing the solution to the customer, just speaking about it, he will get it. So the next morning, Dave and I were on the call with the customer. After 10 minutes, we nailed it down. So HP was out of the account, and we succeeded to win a huge deal inside with this customer. So coming back, so why we are here? So we will speak about Cisco Prime, and this is a good way to look at Cisco Prime. When we speak about management, there are three different layers. So the one that's really important for our customer is really the service layer. So when a customer are trying to deliver video to his internal users, so they want to do a video call. For example, Bank of America. There's executive here in Europe, in the US, wants to do a video call to the executive in Europe. You want to make sure that the video session they will have will be in a high quality. You don't want that the CEO of Bank of America will speak with his team in Europe, and suddenly the video will start to look really bad, or the voice will go down, etc. So that's the reason we need the management to first address the service level. We need to understand, just before these kind of things happening, you want to understand how you monitor these sessions and make sure the consistency and the quality of these sessions. And then the second layer is really all around making sure that the user have the level of performance they need. And this layer also, from our perspective, really supporting the upper layer of the service level. And in order to deliver that and also troubleshoot if there's a real issue. So for example, we see the video is going down, there's somewhere in the network an issue. In order to really trace it down, we need a very strong infrastructure manager on the bottom that allow the technical folks on the customer side to quickly understand where is the problem and really fix it very quickly. So the way we look at that is, in order to deliver a strong management portfolio, you need the service-centric, user-centric capabilities. You need a service assurance, and you need the infrastructure level. That's the way we're looking these days on management. Any question on this part before we move into the next one? Great. So if you remember the way I started, we spoke about Cisco Prime. We spoke what problems we're solving. We spoke why it's really something new. And when I spoke about it, I mentioned there are few ingredients or few capabilities that each of one of our products, before he's entering into this private club, you need to align with. So let's speak on each one of them, and each one of them create also a differentiation for us, for Cisco, when we are pitching Cisco Prime. And before I'm going all these six attributes, I want to remind you, you don't really need to remember all of these. The most important thing you need to take from today is that Cisco Prime will give you the assurance that the solution you're selling to the customer will work and work in a high quality. So now let's jump to these different attributes and speak about them. So the first and most important is optimize the user experience. And you optimize it in the way that the customer really doing his daily work. So our products have a new flow on how we're addressing a problem. So we are really trying to understand, and we work with tens of customers, understand when they try to solve a problem, what is the workflow they're doing internally? What are the steps they're doing in order to resolve the problem? And that's what we try to put in our tool. And in order to solve it, we are using the Cisco best practices. This is all the knowledge we have in Cisco, in your brains, and also in the Cisco TAC. The Cisco TAC is the support organization, and we're bringing that into the workflow, into the tools, so we can reduce the experience. The people that really dealing with our tools and solving the problems, they don't need to be experts. They can really be much lower level people that addressing the same type of issues that before that your customer had to have. So this is a big issue, right? Because what we see with the customer today, they don't have the same level of people. It's very hard to maintain them. They are very expensive, so they are the first one to go home when you cut expenses. So they have much junior people. That's the way we can really help the customer to maintain the capabilities to make sure that the quality of the service is there, also with less experienced people. So that's very, very important to understand. And we spoke about the complete life cycle. You want complete life cycle. You want to help the customer. When we spoke about video in my previous example, we spoke about deploying the video and then assure that the service is in the high quality and you can troubleshoot it as well. So it's the full life cycle. So every time we introduce management for a specific technology or area, it's a full life cycle. We're not just doing this part of the life cycle. And then the other three are very, very important as well. So day one is when we Cisco introduce a new technology. In the previous years, it took the management another half a year or a year to catch up. And then the customer was standing in front of a new technology without any capability to really monitor, to really deploy. Today, we using a new process and a new capability to allow us to have management ready the same day the overall Cisco solution is there. So that is really a strong capabilities from Cisco. There's no other company in the market today that can bring this kind of differentiation. This is a big selling point for the overall Cisco solution. The other two things are very, very important as well. The first one is really the smart interactions. You know that in a different name, the smart support. We can't use smart support from a legal perspective here in this slide, so we're using a different name. But you guys, the SEs know, all the smart support acronym. And what we're doing here, we integrate between the tools that the customer is using and the backend system from Cisco for the support system. So a customer, when he see a problem in the network, he can use our tool to create the trouble ticket into Cisco. And that's a very, very strong capability because it's tied together. The system that he was supposed, dear tag, I have a problem, and then manually he's putting the trouble ticket. Here we automate it and we make it very relevant. So we integrate everything together, and that's a huge save of time and from usability perspective, big thing for the customer. The last thing we're doing here is really, it looks small, you can take our software and deploy it in a very easy way, but for customer, it's always a barrier for deploying the product. So these are, just to conclude on this slide, this is kind of the gatekeeper for products to get into the closed cloud. If they don't align with that, they won't be able to be part of the Cisco Prime. And this is Also, the other way to look at it, these are the value proposition, the biggest value proposition that Cisco Prime brings to the table. Let's stop here and then we can.
Okay.